Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvalda Grim here, and this is my first attempt to a podcast. So basically what this series is meant to be is me talking about an interesting subject for the community, while in the background you can see my arena grind so you don't get too bored. I don't know if you guys will like this video format, so let me know down in the comments what you think about it and if you want to see more episodes of this, because it is really up to you if there will be more episodes of this, because if you don't resonate with this, then there's no point in me doing it anymore other than the one episode. So this episode is basically a trial to see if we are going to do more episodes in the future. I wanted at first to like turn up a face cam, and I have no problem with showing my face, but the problem is that I don't have any microphone and I'm speaking straight into my phone. If I put the phone far away so you can see my face on the camera, then the sound would be shit. So I'll have to wait to buy a microphone in order to also record my face. And without further ado, let's get into our subjects for today. So as I have seen, a very controversial thing in the community is first of all about the donators, and second of all about the hackers and the exploiters. We're going to talk about each subject and take them apart. First of all, there are some people in the community who actually have a problem with people that donate a lot of money, and they have a problem with the people that donate a lot of money because they think that the game is not worth putting money into, and the people that donate money are fools. And I think they call them whales or something. Now I'm going to say my opinion on this one, and I'm going to start by saying that if somebody is earning money and he's working for his money, then there is absolutely no business of yours what he's doing with this amount of money. If somebody who's working hard, let's say he has an 8 to 4 job, he works like 8 hours a day or even more. If he thinks that his money that he's worked hard for are well spent on a game, on a mobile game, and that spending brings him enjoyment, then who are you to question that man's motives and that man's actions? Though on the other hand, don't get me wrong, I do not advise spending money on this game, since I don't find the money spending offers that they give to be really worth buying, with a very few exceptions. But yet again, if you have the money and you are working for them, it is 100% up to you what you are going to do with them. And there are much worse things in life to spend money on, and there are much bigger wastes of money. And this might not be a waste for the most people. I have a rule in life which is called the dollar for the enjoyment. And this is like, let's say I want to spend money on something, and I plan in the future like how much enjoyment is going to bring me in my life, and in terms of hours. Because for example, when you go out with your friends, let's say on a drinking night, you can spend up to $50 or $100 for like 5 hours of enjoyment. And when you are going to spend that $50 or $100 on something that is not very quantifiable, like is not a product you can touch, it's something virtual or is a hobby, you are going to use this rule like, if I'm going out, I'm going to spend this amount of money for this amount of hours of enjoyment. If I'm going to spend this amount of money on the game, is the thing that I'm going to buy be worth that money? Is it going to bring me at least the amount of hours of enjoyment that I'm going to get from, let's say, going out with my friends with those money? And if the answer is yes, then in general you have no reason not to spend those money. But yet again, I do not advise you spend money on this game because the offers are simply not worth buying, and they are very overpriced. But on the other hand, you are your own boss, and your money is spent on whatever you want as long as you work for them. And I have absolutely no problem with that. And the people that have a problem with this, I think it's more likely because of envy, and they envy the fact that other people can get easier progress into the game by spending a lot of money on the game. But I don't find things like this. Like, I have never spent money on the game. In my life on this game, I have always been free to play, and I have enjoyed myself very much. And I have absolutely no problem with people that have 2 or 3 times the threat that I have, and that thing does not actually have to imply that they have spent money on the game. This can mean that they are simply better players than me. But that's beside the point. So, in my opinion, if you are spending money on the game, as long as you are 100% sure your money is worthwhile spending, and as long as those money bring you enjoyment, then it's absolutely your business what you do with them, and there is not my place to comment on that. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the bug exploiters and hackers. So, Injustice 2 Mobile has, let's say, 2 types of people that cheat the game. First of all, there are people that do exploits. I'm not aware if there are still exploits available in the game, but there was at some point a gem exploit where you could like reset the days in order to get gems. I don't know how that works, and even if I did, I wouldn't really tell you guys how to do that because I don't want you guys to get your accounts banned because of me. That would suck, because a lot of people that use this exploit got their account banned, and there was something about getting money from the raid founding, as far as I remember. I think both of the bugs are out of the game at this point, but there are players who have made huge accounts while using those bugs. And there are 2 things I have to say about this. Well, first of all, as a normal player, you shouldn't care about this, because this is not a game where you are going to come that often in direct contact with those people, because in your arena, like only there will be like at best 30 players in your arena that have abused this bug. Like at best, the most amount of players that you can get that abused bugs are like 30 on average. And if there are only 30 players that abused bugs in the arena and are still active, only those 30 will affect you in your progress in arena. And the fact that you've got 30 good players, and I think in this we can also include the hackers that I'm going to talk about. So you have in your arena 30 bug exploiters and 30 hackers. They are somewhere around in the top 100, and you don't really care about that, because all you want to do is hit Elite 4, and in order to hit Elite 4 you just need to be near the top 200. So the thing is that yes, over here you are right to be envious, because you have worked very hard for your account and other people have used exploits to raise their account's threat with close to no work. But on the other hand, it doesn't directly affect you in terms of arena, it doesn't affect you that much in terms of Champions Arena, and in terms of raids, if they are in your league, then it's going to benefit you. This is the first point. Now let me tell you the second point about those people. The thing is, back in the day, I don't know if you guys played Mortal Kombat X, but me and a friend of mine used to play it, and we really enjoyed the game and we had a blast with it. And at some point my friend was like, dude, I found this guy on the internet that is going to hack our accounts if we give them to him. So we give this guy our accounts and he hacked them, and we got like, if you know the currency in that game, like 50k souls. And with those 50k souls, we got opening a lot of chests and we got a lot of great characters. And it was extremely fun for like 3 days. After those 3 days, I was left with an account with a lot of great characters, but that I didn't know what to do with them, because I wasn't playing for a long time, I didn't know how to play the game, I didn't know what to do for these characters, and at the same time, the progression dopamine that I was given by the game was very low because I hacked the game. So when you play a game, you are playing towards rewards. You are playing the game in order to get better characters in that game, to get better items. If you already have all the characters in that game and all the items in that game, you are soon going to lose interest in that game, because of the fact that you are not going to find the fact that you play that game rewarding in the way that you are going to get something feasible from the game. So that is why I think that most people that have hacked the game or that have used bugs have already stopped playing or are not playing on a regular basis. And that is why you wouldn't encounter them that often in Arena and Champions Arena. And that is why I don't recommend to you to get your account hacked or use an exploit if you find out how to, because of the fact that in time this will lead to your unavoidable quitting of the game. So this is basically my opinion on bug exploiters and hackers. Well, there's a third type of hackers. This is not confirmed though, but I've seen some screenshots sent by other people where there are guys with almost no threat on the first spot in the arena. And with a threat such low that is impossible to get the spot on that specific arena league, even with the maximum attacks used. These guys I 100% do not agree with, and they impact the game in a negative way. And then on the other side, there's also the guys that I've seen some Chinese people in some screenshots that are doing raid 8, and they have like 500 million damage on each, on like 3 accounts, only 5 minutes after the raid starts, and that is pretty much impossible, and it's most likely hacking. But yet again, this does not impact the game in a bad way, because as I have seen, those guys are accepting new players into their leagues, and they are just doing on and on raids, and it benefits the new players because they are all also getting rewards. And also, I don't know what the leaks are, I don't know who is hacking, so don't ask me anything about this in the comments, and even if I knew, I wouldn't put you... here's the things that I wouldn't do. First of all, I don't know how to do the exploits and how to do any hacks, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you how to, because this would bring you at the risk of losing your account, and that's the last thing I want. So don't ask any questions about how to do it, because first of all, I don't know, and second of all, even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. So the conclusion of this last topic is that hackers and exploiters of the game, even though you can be envious of them because they've got easily what you worked hard for, don't really affect you directly. And in order to hate on someone or to be jealous on someone, you are investing a lot of emotional energy into that person. So think about the fact that you are investing a lot of emotional energy into a person from the internet that you don't even know and you will never meet. So you are hating on some fictional dudes that will most likely never interact with you and never put your progress in jeopardy. So I simply don't see the logic of that. Just let the people be, and first of all, this is not the fault of the players that do this, this is the fault of the NetherRealms because they allow this, and they haven't fixed this so far. So I think this wraps this up. This was basically my opinions on the topics of the day. Make sure to let me know down in the comments if you like this series and if you want to see more of this, if you do want to see more of this, tell me what topics I should talk about in the future. Because I really want to talk about things that you guys would enjoy to hear about. Well, this was all. I think for a first try for a podcast, it went decently enough. I've kept talking for like almost 13 minutes without a script. And I'm actually proud of myself. I'll see what I can do this in the future. If you guys want to see more episodes, we'll do more episodes, and maybe I'll get a face cam and interact more with you. This was all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.